And welcome back to Utopia Coliseum for more action here in week 11 of Minor League Esports. It is the penultimate week for all of the playoff hopes for most of these teams, and right now we have a massive playoff matchup between two teams that are currently trying to vie. Well, one is playing Disruptor. But before we get into any of that, I want to hand it over to my co-host for this half of this broadcast. It's Navanta.
There's two things I love. One, the way you pronounce penultimate, and two, Academy League action, because the Academy League is right there in the middle. The Foundation League is hold it down for those who are entering the MLE thing, but the Academy League has different formation, has a lot more teams, and a lot more ways for teams to make the playoffs. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, and before we get into this game, let's go through who we are watching as I completely break my entire PC. We have the Spectre and the Comets for the Mystic Division. The Spectre fielding Darth Otter and MCAS, their strongest lineup on paper, but however they have been eliminated already from playoffs. There is no mathematical way they can make it. However, their team that they're coming up against is the Comets, who are currently sat in first in the Mystic Division, despite not even having a positive games won record. That is how tight this division is. They are fielding Springer and $100 Patron, and really, we don't really know much about this roster. $100 Patron being new to the team, and Springer having his first series here on stream.
Yeah, it says a lot for the Comets to field almost a mystery team against a team that has struggled this season as a Spectre. And it's not so much the Spectre's fault, because individually, all the drivers, all the players on the Spectre are pretty solid, but they haven't been able to make things together. And I think the Comets have shown an air of confidence of filling this new team together out here at Utopia Coliseum. They still are the strongest team on paper. Let's see if it actually works out for them.
Yeah, big loss for them was the losing of Matty Ice, who I believe ranked up into Champion League. Was an absolute dominant player, absolutely fundamentally gifted, and to lose him at such a crucial point of the season could be it could be the worst case scenario for the Comets, let's just say that, because right now they are currently just ahead of the Demo and the Wizards in their division. The winning team will be the only team to really make it, since currently all of the teams are out of wildcard performances, so only the top team from this division will be able to make it through into the playoffs, thus the way the playoff system works. As we look to get game number one underway, Darth Otter, MCAS for the Spectre, Springer and $100 Patron for the Comets. I'm going to predict the Comets take this 3-2.
Well, this is one of the brightest games I've ever seen. Last time these two teams met, the Comets were ahead 3-2, but the Spooky Boys want an air of revenge.
Yeah, it's a neon-filled nightmare for some people, but right now the Comets are getting off to a neon-filled absolute... I've given up with the puns. It's just a great goal. Springer sends them 1-0 up.
$100 Patron with a shot across the bow. It was kind of a shot with a Hail Mary, but Springer was there because he had the vision. 1-0 Comets.
Sent it home with that pinch off the crossbar. Exactly the start that the Comets need to get that momentum going here in this series. They know they have so much riding on them picking up a win, but right there, oh, that's dirty. That is dirty from Darth Otter as he sends it home. Completely unintentional steal of that goal, but he'll take it.
Hey, you know what? If that doesn't become play of the week, that's definitely a thing he's going to clip out and show his friends later. That was fantastic. They're level.
Yeah, and that right there could be a Player of the Week nomination for a goal steal, that one. If you do think it's a Player of the Week nomination, follow the instructions that will appear in chat via a command in the next 10 seconds, because we have mods here and they will do the job for me. Either way, we'll now look on the field, because we haven't been able to commentate on it for the majority of it, since every single time we've gone to say something, there's been a goal scored. So, Springer, we're going to try and bring this one forward, but Darth Otter will meet him in the midfield. Now looking to beat out the $100 Patron, gets the flick up, but it's not on target, and the Comets will be able to reset on defense.
Love the fact that Spectre here looking any bit the stronger. I was just about to say that you couldn't tell which team was stronger the way they're playing, because they've been going hit for hit, tat for tat. The Spooky Boys get themselves on the board in the lead once more. 2-1, 3 goals have scored in the first minute of game one.
Kudix, the GM of the Spectre, has stated in chat they have the worst and best colours in the entire division, in that division. And to be fair, they are absolutely wonderful colours if you aren't colourblind, because otherwise it looks very weird. But right now Springer is making sure that he is not shooting on the wrong net, sends that one home, it's 2-all.
Best, worst, I gotta put on some sunglasses. Anyways, one highlighter team beat the other highlighter team, and we're level once again, 2-2.
It feels like every time we say something, another team gets a goal. I feel like we might as well just sit and watch this one in silent contempt. Here comes an opportunity for Darth Vader. He won't find the back of the net, but MCAS will. And immediately off the kickoff, it's 3-2 Spectre.
The Spectre supporters in the chat are going nuts. I love the fact how $100 Patrol got there, tried to pass it out there. Didn't work out for him, but the effort was valiant. 3-2 the Spectre.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun series to cast, I can already tell. Goals galore. We're not even a minute and 15 into game number 1. We've had 5 goals. This series is a completely different sort of series than the one we've seen previously. $100 Patron almost put that one home to send it to 3-all, but MCAS will make it 4-2 as long as he can drive that one straight.
Then we got some air between the Spectre and the Comets. MCAS puts it over. Tries to go to himself. He's off to the races. Springer's trying to dodge and dodge because his boost is not there. A little bit of flare at the end. 4-2 the Spectre. You know what, Fallen? This is nutty. This is absolutely nutty.
Welcome to Academy League gameplay, ladies and gentlemen. If you would like to look in chat and see what levels these two teams are, if you type !AL, the command will come up. It's absolutely wonderful as $100 Patron will make it 4-3 and it half the lead again.
Is someone spamming score goal in the chat? Because we're getting them left and right. 7 goals scored between the two of them. But now, the Spooky Boys are only up by 1.
Yeah, if the Spectre, by the way, Spectre are mathematically eliminated. They can't make playoffs, but they can play spoiler. The top team in this game at the end of it will go on to, or the top team in this division will go on to playoffs. None of the other teams mathematically can make it. That is how tight this division is. It literally comes down to who can pick up the wins when they need to. Spring it out, coming off the ceiling, has his flip still, off the ceiling, almost gets it past MCAS. A wonderful attempt, but couldn't find a way in. MCAS performing the bot corner mount there, which was a very interesting play, but the Comets starting to mount some offense of their own. They can't seem to find a way past Darth Vader, though, who has been really a stalwart in that corner.
Yeah, it was interesting that that one shot was a little bit too much mustard on it as far as the goal attempts, but it's kind of cool the separation space between the two teams. We're finally getting some settled down action between the two of them. Now we can talk about defensive formations and offensive play instead of us commenting on goals all game.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting a migraine watching this at times, but a good clearance there from $100 Patron will leave an open net, and the Comets will equalise. 4-4, half the game gone. If we're going to get another 8 goals in this half, I don't think I want to watch it, because I don't even think I can commentate on all of that.
I gotta say that $100 Patron's one of the best names on MLE. Like, yo, who's scoring you? $100 Patron.
Yeah, Patron. Just saying that word, it's fun. It's a fun game, and this is basically what MLE is. It's a community-based, a fun-based community. And Jesus, MCAS almost sent that one home. Darth Vader will look to put it away, and will do. The Spectre take back their lead. I thought he just scored a banger of a goal there.
Almost there for the play of the week, but cleaning up goals is great too. The garbage man coming. Darth Vader right in the middle.
As my friend Danny DeVito would say, he's the trash man.
Exactly.
Danny is not my friend. I do not have relations with this man. Either way.
Wait, you lied to me, Colin?
Say again?
You lied to me?
Maybe. But right now, the Comets, they're looking to try and get a goal back. That's an open net opportunity. Springer will send it home. What is going on in this series? I absolutely love it. 3
minutes elapsed and 10 goals have scored in this alternate universe where Spectres and Comets are hanging out together.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no cohesion between the two teams. I would like to make that clear, but there is a good chance they're in the same voice call and are just laughing. But right now, both teams are having an absolutely wonderful opening game one. This is setting the tone for the entire series. If every game is not a 5-5 masterclass in goal scoring from now on, I will be thoroughly disappointed. A good touch there from Darth Vader as he looks to bring this one forward. Can the Spectre get their lead back now? He will look to try and center it. He'll get it past one, but a good rotation back from $100 Patron to keep that one away. The Comets will survive for a moment, but there's a bump in the midfield by MCAS and Springer. I'll say MCAS and Darth Vader. Oh my lord, there's so much action. An opportunity maybe for Springer to put this one home, but he can't find the angle, and the Comets will be forced to retreat.
You got the Spectre now here on their counterattack. Maybe they can wrap around one of them. They do middle time, and it could be a goal here with the cleanup. Yes, it is. Fallen, that's goal number 11 in this game. What is going on?
We normally see that many shots in a game, not that many goals. It's a brilliant goal there for MCAS. A great setup from Darth Vader, though. Do not take anything away from that man. He has been playing absolutely wonderfully as well to get these opportunities. Every player participating in every goal, pretty much, as Darth Vader will send that one home. Ooh. No, he won't. A good recovery from $100 Patron and a great recovery from Springer to keep out the oncoming shot from MCAS. The Comets survive, but can they get on in their own half? Another shot cleared away by Springer. Both players diving at the ball, just desperately looking to try and clear this one away now. Darth Vader will send that one off the backboard. Can it find the net? No, it can't. But the Comets are backed up now. They need to find a goal in the next 45 seconds, which, to be fair, I wouldn't put it past them considering they've already scored 5.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
They need to go to overtime.
Yeah, have to find a goal in the game where there's 11 goals scored. I mean, what is going on? And I like the fact, too, the Comets are still trying. They're still trying to go over the Spectre, but it could be as simple as a boom down pitch, if you want to be honest with it.
Good pinch there, but it's only fell out to Springer, and Springer with the luckiest redirect of his life will send it home 6-6, and this game is not over yet.
Wait, was that a shot that was 2 goal attempts as a 1? Yes, it was! Yes!
What is this series?
We're
told to keep it professional. We're told this is a professional organisation. But when matches are like this, I don't think I can be professional. This is absolutely insane. It's 7-6. MCAS sends it home.
The Spectre have an answer for that goal. They want to win this game by any means necessary.
Yeah, kickoff goals are the most valuable asset in a goal-scoring game, but there's been 13 goals in 4 minutes and 40 seconds. How do you...
I don't know, man. This is crazy. That's one way to describe it. It's crazy. Will it be one more? I think so. I don't think we're done yet.
Or this one's teed up in front of the box. Can Darth Vader get there in time? He can't. And it's $100 Patron to send it home. 7-7. This series is not done yet. What is going on?
This is a haymaker after haymaker. So those Ric Flair chops, you know? Woo! 7-7. Each team.
Can we get a stats man to figure out what Link's Ray's to figure out the answer to Link's Ray's question? I want to find out if this is the most goals scored in an MLE game, because we're about to go to overtime. No, $100 Patron can't put it away, but we'll get a demo. There could be a late goal here, a late winner for the Comets. That one's above the net. $100 Patron's there, but it's wide of the post. How has that not gone in? The Comets unable.
How?
For once, the Comets the Spectre's defense holds up against the Comets offense. Now Springer looking to come forward to try and finish this one. That one's just off target. I'm going to take a breath for a second and just sort of relax as that one almost flies in as I say that.
Yeah, you look at the Spectre now, they have open road in front of them. Will they be able to score a goal here? They score their 8th goal of the game. Darth Vader's there. He's made it. It's 15 goals. Call it over. The Spectre have stunned the Comets in Game 1, Fallen. Como está? What?
15 goals. 15 in about 5.5 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, this may be one of the greatest games of MLE you have ever seen. And it's on the B stream of all places. Congratulations, Spectre, for taking game number 1. They're playing spoiler tonight. They do not want the Comets to make it to playoffs if there's anything they could do about it. But what a way to kick off the series.
I'm going to need a massage after this. A massage, a nice warm beverage. That was the most exciting, yes, but the most nuttiest thing I've seen in a while here on the MLE.
This is a joke, but can we go to intermission? I think I need a break, honestly. Predicting now the rest of the series is going to be impossible. The Comets, they're wanting to get back on the field, and to be fair, you would want to after that. It's a game where there were 28 shots and only 7 saves.
I mean, that just says it in a nutshell. Look, I love offensive ball as much as the next person, but defense has to show up at some point, right, Fallen? I have no idea.
I don't think it does in this case. But yeah, there's not much else to say other than this has been possibly the greatest opening game to any series. There will never be a game better than this one. We have had our RLCS quality matchup, but as we look ahead now to game number 2, the Comets, they need to find game wins here to get back on track slightly, because they were almost certain if they got a 4-1 or a 5-0, there's a chance they could make and dominate this division and take their spot in the playoffs with this game. However, they now need to find a way to stop the Spectre from scoring so frequently. Otherwise, we could easily see a repeat of game number 1, and I don't think my heart can take that.
Oh, absolutely. If you're the Comets now, the fact that you let so many goals pass you by the Spectre like that one says, what do playoffs look like after this? Those spooky boys, man, they go from all over. MCAS comes from the right side. Didn't get over himself, but Darth Otter's there. They have one goal. Maybe this might be the 1-0 game we're asking for in the chat. Maybe no other goals will score, although I think that's pretty much not going to happen.
Okay, here we go. We're about to see if there's another goal in the next 30 seconds, we're getting a repeat. But if there isn't, Darth Otter with a good save there to keep that one out. If there isn't, we may be about to see chat predict something and it come true. I don't want this to be a repeat of game number 1. I want an actual game of Rocket League, please. We're not playing American football here. Now, Springer looking for a flick, maybe. He puts it to the side of MCAS, but Darth Otter's there on the defense to clear it up. And a missed touch there from $100 Patron, though, will tee up Darth Otter, and it will be 2 goals to the good. I believe that is the first 2-goal lead we've had in this entire series, which is insane to think about.
That is pretty awesome, but that was a classic punish from Darth Otter on the run. It was kind of crooked, but you know what? That goal was forgiving. 2-0, the Spooky Boys.
MLE Esports GG2 used a command in chat, ! Score goal, about 3 seconds before that one crossed the line. I'm a little worried about how scripted this is. I feel like we've not written it very well this week. Springer now looking to try and go forward, can't find the touch on the sideball. $100 Patron can't find a way past MCAS, who will now look to try and clear it long, but a good challenge there from Springer on the wall will put that ball in front of the net, force Darth Otter to make a save. That one again now, almost waterfalling in front of the net. The Comets are starting to mount some offense, but the Spectre are still just slightly in control of the boost game. They're keeping enough control. There, however, is a first uncharacteristic miss here in game number 2. $100 Patron up in the air, can't find the touch you would like for that air dribble. It looked almost perfect. Springer now forced to go. That one's in front of the net. Can he get the second touch? He can. Darth Otter with his 3rd save. His savior medal is complete, but he could not get the ball forward. Now he will, and the Comets, they go without a goal in that minute of gameplay where they were fully sending it on offense.
Yeah, we kind of like chuckle about the Spectre and their standing in the league right here this season. And the Comets get on the board. I would hold that thought right there. $100 Baton with a little bit of a walking in there. Springer had the shot, but he cleaned up his own mess there. No, what I was going to say, Fallen, I was like, look, we make fun of the Spectre because of where they are in the standings, but it takes a lot to say we're going to put our heads down and take it to a team that's headed to playoffs to play spoiler in such a fashion. They didn't even do that well in game 1 as far as their defense, but the fact they score so many goals against a team headed for the playoffs, hey, it means a lot to be proud of right now.
Yeah, really, coming into this series, there was a lack of expectation of how good this series was going to be. You've got a team that is guaranteed to not be able to make playoffs, and the team who is currently in playoffs but are struggling to really make ends meet across the board. MCAS will make it 3-1 and get that 2-goal lead back for the Spectre to immediately cut my point off.
That was served on a platter for MCAS, and he made it happen.
I don't really know how else to add to this, I'll be honest with you. The Spectre are leading 3-1. That is their 11th goal in 2 games. Yeah, I'm just going to throw that stat out there. And then on the opposite side of the field, we've had 8 goals in 2 games from a team that is yet to win a single game and possibly on their way to losing their 2nd in a row. Normally, 8 goals in 2 games would mean that you'd won both games. I mean, consistently speaking, that is a fair stat to have. No, not for the Comets, apparently. They're having a great series on offense. They just cannot get things together on defense, and it's really costing them.
Oh, absolutely. Look, we all had our fun there, but you got to understand, after a while, $100 Patron and Springer have to get on comms and have to get on the same page. Because it does feel like it's the Spectre, the team, against the individuals of Springer and $100 Patron.
Oh yeah, 100%. Darth Otter and MCAS have been working as a unit for the majority of game number 2, and here, another example of it. MCAS to Darth Otter into the back of the net. The Spectre take a 4-1 lead. This has been an absolutely wonderful series so far. I don't know if there are going to be MLE records made out of this game, or Spectre records if what Kunix is saying in chat is anything to go off of, but 2 minutes left, 5 goals scored. It's a little underwhelming, but still, a very high-scoring game here for the Spectre.
Yeah, I want at least 10 goals scored. But it's really cool that both members of the Spectre trust each other with that alley-oop around the horn. And I think they're still going with it, too. And it's been working out for them.
Yeah, and $100 Patron now looking to try and get this one forward. Can he get it past her? Good pinch though with Springer. Will send that one into the Spectre's half, but MCAS is already back with enough boost to clear that one away to the midfield. Springer getting the first touch. Will look to try and take it past MCAS, but cannot find a way to get the bump nor the ball. But he will get a demo onto Darth Honor and almost open up the net, but a good recovery again from MCAS, who's been just so consistent. He has been the man to watch so far. He's been, I believe, the player of the season for the most part for the Spectre. Just unable to keep the shots from coming, but they're able to keep them out momentarily. Here's another opportunity. That was off the crossbar, and now $100 Patron cannot find a way to put it home. The Spectre will be counting their lucky stars. It could have easily been 4-2, but right now they're 4-1 ahead.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. They buckled down in that defensive line on the goal. It was kind of almost a rookie mistake if it didn't work out, but it did. And the Spectre had a clear chance on their counterattack to make a goal happen. And making opportunities to get you on the board even further, that's the difference between teams that have that spirit, that fighting spirit, and teams that don't. And the Spectre are performing above what their record is saying right now. Impressive. I got to give a hand to their organization. I don't know what they do for morale. I don't know what they do with training schedules, but they're playing like a team possessed.
Maybe. Currently, if I'm going off of what Kunix is saying because it's a very interesting stat. It's very nice to be able to read this one out. The most goals for an individual player in a series for any member of the Spectre is 23. Whew. Honestly, they're on par to break out. I'm not sure which one will do it. It might be MCAS, might be Darth Honor, could be either. But they will take game number 2, 4-1. If I'm reading it correctly. They did? Yeah. 4-1. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit fuzzled because of that first game. I'm still sort of, I'm in the process of recovering.
Yeah, I hope you get a massage after the game too. But look, you're the Comets, man, and you lost just this game. You got to start wondering, what are we doing wrong? What do we have to do? I mentioned before of getting your partner involved, but you're in the middle of the game now. You can't do trust falls now. You can't run drills. How do you adjust to that to open up the opportunity for each person on your team? If I'm the Comets, maybe you got to go more of the small ball, do more short passes, understand if your teammate catches those, then you can start doing those bombs across the field.
Yeah, and right now in the case of the Comets, they were coming into this top of their division. They need to find results here, otherwise they're going to find themselves out of a playoff spot. There is only one spot that this entire division is playing for because of the way that the records have worked out. They are not in the wildcard contention. They are out of it. No team in this division, including the Comets, can make a wildcard spot, but they can get the top spot in their division, which is an automatic qualification spot. So, with everything still to play for the Comets, the Spectre, they're playing spoiler, and they're doing a good job so far, but can they keep it up here into game number 3? The Comets need a turnaround. Can they find it? We're about to find out off of this kickoff.
I do think after that first game, the Spectre have done a better job of being more composed. That midfield is the battleground, and they've controlled possession, and it's worked out for them. If you're the Comets, I would go sky high. Do the longer play, which seems kind of belying what Academy League should be all about. But nothing wrong with the boom if both your opponents are caught behind the ball. That might be the difference for them right now.
Yeah, we've seen time and time again the Spectre like to throw those passing plays to the midfield, and if you're able to intercept just one of them and send it long, we know that the Comets can do that. We've seen it a little bit in game number 1. They did it a couple of times to try and get a goal back in and get themselves back into that game. But they weren't able to come away with a win because at the end of the day they were found on the defense too often, weren't able to keep the Spectre at bay. Can they do that this time around? 45 seconds gone, and so far they have been nothing but defensive. Here's an opportunity, but a good pass there from Springer out to $100 Patron, who just can't find the touch he would like to put that one on target and in the back of the net.
Yeah, those last clears are a bit desperate, which was a good thing to be in the right place at the right time, but you don't want to leave that to chance every single time because the counterattack is always open, just like this one here for the Spectre. Will it score? Yes, they do! And they are on the board 1-0 with a minute elapsed.
And Darth Honor will steal that goal there to cement himself as the top goal scorer in this game and for the Spectre so far. I can't wait to see that come through the AL Series results afterwards and just seeing all the goals tallied up for each player. We're almost up to 14. I think we're on 13 currently for the Spectre, and we're on 8 for the Comets. And yet it is currently looking like the Comets will go down in this series. A great save from Darth Honor to keep $100 Patron out. The Comets, though, They need to find something. They're just not clicking right now, and it's really costing them absolutely dearly as they hunt for a playoff spot.
Yeah, you know, usually with other teams, if they're behind, you can complain about defensive positioning and mechanics and stuff, but the issue here for the Comets is strictly chemistry. I'm not sure if it's trust. I'm not sure if they haven't had time to work together as a unit, Harnella, Patron, and Springer, but it's not working in the mid-pitch for them. And the Spectre are making them expose right here in Utopia Coliseum with another strike that should have been blocked, but wasn't. MCAS goes up, and it's good.
Yeah, perfectly placed shot just on the inside of the bars. The Ghost comes out of the net to give us a nice little dab. It's a dab of disrespect to the to the Comets. They haven't found a goal here in game number 3, and it looks like almost found themselves 3 goals down in game number 3. They need to find some cohesion, some trust, some chemistry, something to change up the way they're playing on offense, because they are not finding a way past the Spectre. That one is on target though, and it will slowly trickle across the line. Maybe the slowest goal of the series at a total of 10 kilometers per hour. But the Spectre find themselves conceding for the first time in game 3.
Well, a wise man, good old JR, was said that goal was bowling shoe ugly, but this might be the spark of confidence the Comets need right now.
Well, if we're going good old JR, this has been a slobber knocker of a series, and right now,
exactly.
Right now the Spectre, they're coming out on top. That one's off the crossbar and out, but Darth Honor is there to recover and send that one home. It's back to a 2-goal lead. It's back to a 3-1.
You can't underestimate that 3-1 goal after having your opponent score that first goal. That shuts it down. It says, look, no, we're still in control of this game. The Spectre are playing like a team that should be in the playoffs, to be honest with you. Fantastic.
Yeah, they're everything but consistent on defense, or at least in game 1. But they have been brilliant on defense ever since. And here is another opportunity. Both Spectre players commit on offense, but there's the lack of commitment. Neither Comet player was able to get that ball down the field immediately. They will do off the counter. A great shot from $100 Patron off of the pass from Springer to send that one home, but they took a little too long, in my opinion.
$100 Patron with a shrug that says it's payday. I still like it, though. Why not fall in? Give some credit where credit's due. Play the week candidate.
Absolutely, and if one of the wonderful mods could hit exclamation mark Player of the Week in chat and inform the viewers what exactly Player of the Week looks like, they can go back and watch this replay when it's clipped and sent over to the Twitter or the Discord, and they will see that clip. But what they won't see is the fact that the Spectre immediately scored right back afterwards.
Yeah, you see that the Spooky Boys put one more on the board. This is what I was saying about the comms and the comments. You know, maybe you get too much in your head. You have the pressure of playoffs, the pressure of showing out, the pressure of doing well individually and as a new teammate, and you leave yourself open for counterattack goals. Well, as soon as you score, you don't have time to breathe between the Spectre gets back on you, and they're again up by 2.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, the Comets' mentality is completely broken. There is no level of communication between the two players. It feels like both are double committing like crazy. Cass is just able to drive rings around them on offense. Darth are able to always slam a home goal when he needs to. And right now, the Spectre, they need to find a way to keep taking this Comets defense apart. Whilst $100 Patron tries to do it all himself now on offense. He'll tee that one up off the backboard, but Springer is not there to follow it up, and he's immediately beaten by MCAS in the midfield, who will look to take this one forward. MCAS has 9 shots to his name in this game.
Wow, and it shows too. You know, you had that shot that was way off target by $100 Patron. There was a counterattack instantly by the Spectre. Didn't work out as far as the goal, but that just shows you every time a mistake is made with the Comets, the Spectre are there to punish. And maybe it didn't work out for them this time, but next time it's going to be a goal.
Yeah, now they look to build from their back end. They need to find 2 goals here in 1 minute and 10. Otherwise, they are eliminated from this series. They cannot win the series, and they will probably fall out of that playoff position that they are so desperately requiring. $100 Patron sending that one almost on target, but he couldn't find the connection with that touch. And Darth Honor, now with a little bit of room, will get it past one. That one's going to roll up off the ceiling. Can any man get there for the Spectre? Yes, they can, but a good save from $100 Patron to keep it out. The pressure has not fallen away though, as Springer is forced to clear away MCAS's shot. Now 40 seconds left. Can they find a goal here? No. A good double commit there from the Spectre to send that one deep into the Comets half. It could be about to go 5-2. They can't find the connection at first. No player can, in fact, as that one trickles across the line. They've gone from scoring goals like it's nothing to not being able to put one on target, but this time Darth Honor will put that one home and secure game 3 for the Spectre.
There's a difference between having a goal on a platter and there's a difference having a goal on a platter with all the trimmings. Darth Vader had all the time in the world to convert, and he will because he is a spooky boy. Look here, Fallen. We talked about fighting spirit. The Spectre had no business being in control in this game and in this series. And not only that, they're looking consistently like the stronger team.
Yeah, really, it feels like there is a gulf in quality here, and it's completely against what we expected coming into this. The Spectre was 17-43, if I'm remembering correctly. They were completely out of any series wins. I believe they're 2-10. They now find themselves 3-10. With 3 game wins, they secure the series, but we're not done yet, as we'll play 2 more games to round it out to 5.
It's one of those things where if you're the Spectre right now, you're so hot, you're kind of upset there's a cool down period between games. But the Comets have to use this time to think. What they're doing is not working. Yeah, they're getting goals in the game. Yeah, they're getting in good positioning, but it's not clicking. We said it before, Fallen. It looks like chemistry is absolutely zero. So what do you do now? What I suggest, you got to get more aggressive. There's no reason why the Spectre should have so much space to make their attacks on goal. At least break them up, buy yourself some time, and if you trust your teammate, you might get some goals in your column.
Yeah, to real quickly give a little allegory here, or a little bit of a story for you. There was apparently a conversation before the series between Kunix and the 2 players on the field, and he asked them to prove it to everyone that they are much better than what their record shows. And right now, they're doing exactly that. They are taking the Comets by the throat. They are not letting them up. They are not letting them have a moment to breathe. And it's really showing here. This series has been theirs pretty much ever since that 8th goal went in overtime. There has been a fundamentally great series from the Spectre. The Comets, they've had nothing on offense at times, and they've been sort of forced to sit back and wait and take so much offense. That last game, I believe they had 3 shots in total. It's not looking good for them.
They say a lot of things about fighting spirit. In the Academy League, records are pretty much similar. And the Spectre goals aren't the best ones to look at. But the fact you're having everyone going as aggressive as if they're the #1 team in the league, even though if they're not, that's the difference between a good team, a great team, and a potentially legendary team. And shout out to the Spooky Boys, because they're up already with 15 seconds elapsed.
Yeah, great clearance there from Darth Vader before being demoed, and then the angle here from MCAS to find the way to turn that on target. Springer could not turn that back around the post. They have a good lead here. They look to now maintain it once again. Every time they've taken a lead, they've won that game. So, well, to be fair, they've won every game, so that was always going to be true. But either way, can the Comets find a way to get a goal here? Here's an opportunity, but again, no commitment on offense from $100 Patron and Springer. They can't find a way to put it past them, and Springer is forced to try and do all of the work himself here.
Yeah, what we're seeing now is $100 Patron is pushing the ball forward, which is great, but with no necessarily vision of where your teammate is always out of position. So a lot of these offensive runs break down in the last third. If I am the Comets right now, if I'm $100 Patron, take a moment, see where your partner is at, call him if you need to be, even in the chat, say, I'm going to be going right, stay center, and that way you can have some easy goals to get tacked on for you in this column.
Yeah, the new quick chat commands that we can't see because of course we're not on teams. You have the on your left and on your right, so they could be using those if they are not communicating voice to voice. But now an opportunity maybe for the Spectre to get a second goal. They couldn't find a way to put it past Springer, who will be demoed in their defense. But the Spectre, they're just not being pressured on defense. The Comets are coming forward, but they're just not beating them out at all. A great play there from Darth Vader to clean and leave that ball wide open in the midfield, but a little bit of a double commit there. We'll give $100 Patron a chance to center this one, but he looks for the goal himself and will find it. A great read on the challenge. We've got a tie game.
Hey, sometimes goals are all about finesse. This is the opposite. $100 Patron with just a back fist, trying to force that goal in to make himself level once again. The Comets are very much in this. Will they be able to win this one, Fallen? Question mark?
I don't know. I don't know. I've seen a lot of promise from teams and they've just sort of petered out. I've seen a lot of teams have a really good start to a series and then they've petered out. But in the case of the Spectre, they have been consistent ever since that game one. And I don't see the Comets taking this one. MCAS now coming forward. Springer with a good challenge and makes a save.
Road.
Limited boost, but will find the open net. The Comets take their first lead since game number 1.
So a minute before you were asking about why they're being holding back, and that was the reason why they're probably looking for the Spectre to make a goal that wasn't pretty or an attack that wasn't pretty to counterattack that. They haven't been lucky enough, but when they are, take it to the house for a goal. They're up 2-1.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the gameplay. I'm less commentating on it like an analyst as I normally would. I'm just enjoying this as $100 Patron absolutely sent that one home. Never mind, I'm watching the game as a commentator again. That was a beautiful shot from him to dunk.
He's
both.
back, y'all!
He's back, I'm back, baby. And they're back as well. A great goal to send it 3-1. We're just going quiet, I guess, for the rest of this now. MCAS are going to send this one towards the net. Cannot find a way past, but Darth Otto will, and immediately they get their goal back. I'm not sure what happened there. We had a bit of radio silence. I think both of us may have had a momentary lag spike, but in the case of the Spectre, that was what they needed to reset the nerves, reset the sort of composure of them. To get that goal back cleans things up.
Absolutely. Getting that goal back, make sure you're still in position to say we have some time to get that extra goal, to get tie or maybe even change the game in our favor. $100 Patron was there, but this dodge was a little too late. Nothing to be ashamed of, but just didn't go out in his favor that time.
Springer now looking to try and clear this one away. We'll leave to $100 Patron, who will clear it to the midfield line. Takes it past one. That one's going to start centering. $100 Patron with the pass down to Springer. The chemistry is starting to come alive here for the Comets, but it's a little too late for the series. They can at least take game number 4. Good goal there for Springer.
The world changes when you trust your teammates. Springer was already in front of goal in that Dodgers position, I used to call it. That's where Sleeky hangs out. But then you had the shot over to him, and he converted. Trust your teammates, and good things will happen.
Yeah, and right now, I feel like the Comets, they have to find a way to keep this up in game number 5. They are starting to find some momentum here in terms of offense, but they're immediately undone by a play there from them, both double committing. It's not punished immediately by Darth Otto and MCAS. Both will double commit in the corner. $100 Patron will clear it away, however. The Spectre is sort of a little bit lackadaisical on that challenge there going forward. They were just sort of playing a little bit passive, knowing that the series is done might have just cooled them off a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunate to say. Maybe a lot of it comes down to mental toughness as well. You're on game 4, you're going, you're sweating, you're trying your plays, and sometimes you may have a last. Sometimes your mind thinks about what's for dinner this evening, and that may be the reason why. But now might be the time for the Comets to prove to other teams in their division why they're worthy of a playoff spot. I would say if I'm the Comets, use this time to your advantage.
Yeah, and now the Comets are going to try and build some offense again here. $100 Patron with the 100 boost. We'll get the pinch there with Darth Otto. That one's going to wrap around in front of the net. MCAS forced to make a good save on the goal line to keep that one away from Springer, but a good challenge there. We'll tee this one up in front of the net. Oh, Darth Otto! He believed it was in. He waited. He didn't want to steal it. But this time he will be given an open net to shoot on. Can he find the target? No, he can't! A great save from Patron to keep that one out. The Spectre cannot find their 3rd goal.
Well, that's very unfortunate. There was almost, 2, maybe 3 attempts on goal there. It didn't work out for the Spectre, but yikes. They must be kicking themselves in the comms right now.
Yeah, I mean, in the case of that, it just needed a firm connection. That's all they needed, a good defense there from $100 Patron to keep that one out. So close to finding the near post, and a good clearance there, though, will send that one off the crossbar and out from Springer. I thought it was going in, but luckily for me, I didn't eat my words there. The Spectre trying to push forward again. This one coming forward. A good touch there from Darth Otto to center it. MCAS will dive in, but Springer and then $100 Patron. A great defensive job from them in game number 4. They have secured game number 4 disregarding maybe a miracle comeback here for the Spectre. That one's on target, but Springer will clear it away. Game 4 goes to the Comets after 3 games of lacking anything in terms of goals. Really, that's exactly what they needed to get their heads on right.
GG's. Look, $100 Patron and Springer are starting to figure themselves out. You really can't pass to no one there. You really can't shoot if your partner is not there. I think we're seeing them work on that rubber band kind of offense. I'm going to take a grid behind or a grid left or a grid right, and they're actually being able to convert a run goal. Now, the Spectre have been stretched thin. It's very easy to do so. Their defense has been wavering in this series, even though they are the better team as far as the way they've been playing. And I think the Comets are starting to figure it out and trying to exploit that. Will that happen in the next game? Time will tell, because frankly, this series has been absolutely upside down there, Fallen. But yeah. I'm here to watch it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, it really feels like there's been a sort of a switch here for the Comets. They went from being incredibly passive and incredibly almost lackadaisical on offensive chances. They weren't able to get people committing on offense. It felt like time and time again they weren't bringing enough people forward. It was either being Springer or $100, and that was it. There was no second man on the rotation. But ever since the start of Game 4, they have turned that around, and they are now looking to try and secure game number 5 to move themselves even closer to securing a playoff spot. But if they are to lose, they will put themselves clearly back into the position where they are at threat from every other team in their division.
Yeah, the Comets have a lot of pressure on them. I can't imagine how many other teams are watching them play right now. It is a must-win for them, and maybe that might be to the advantage of the Spectre. They don't really have a must-win situation, but they do have a must-embarrass situation.
Springer there, I've got to feel bad for him. He had that one in front of the net, open net shot, and he side-flipped. He didn't get up for it. MCAS will tip that one away. Springer just sort of waiting for the ball to fall into his path. That one does. He will find the touch, but again, if he hadn't hit it twice there, that one was directly going in. But he hits it into the bar, and that one falls apart here. The Spectre now trying to build offense of their own, but they can't seem to get that rotation that was looking so crisp, so clean, into motion just yet.
Not the worst in the world, because accuracy has been off from the Comets specifically, but the Spectre have to realize if they're being that loose on defense, then when the Comets wake up, they're going to be on the other end of a bad scoreline.
Yeah, Spectre now looking to try and clear this one away, try and get some goals for themselves. $100 Patron will clear that one to the midfield, but a bump there from both Spectre players onto one another. Springer trying to clear it out the corner, can't get past MCAS, and really the rotations are looking a little better now for the Spectre. They've called it up a bit. MCAS will steal a goal back after game 4 steal, and we have the first goal of game number 5.
Hey, Darth Vader had the shot on goal, but MCAS had to make sure with authority it was there. Some would say he stole it, but I would say nice team effort. 1-0 Spectre.
Confirmed it, I think, is a polite way of putting it, and putting it home when you need to. And MCAS will get a second to double up his stats off the kickoff. A great way to put the Spectre 2 goals ahead.
Hey man, what's wrong with the double? Go for it, man. Like, hey, you got to open off the kickoff with an easy poke. Sometimes it don't go your way. Most times it does. 2-0 Spectre.
Yeah, and right now we look ahead. This series has so much playoff implications for the Comets. We know the Spectre are completely out of it. They are playing spoiler here for the Comets, and they've done an amazing job at it. But if they are to keep this up, it will bring every other team in the Volcanic division that are still able to make it a playoffs firmly back into that driving seat. They will have the power to take control of that playoff position, and it is so crucial to some teams to make it to playoffs every season. The Comets, they've looked strong all season long. When Matty Ice was on the team, they looked nigh unbeatable at times. But now, we're starting to see the cracks in their gameplay. Springer will send that one home to half the lead and immediately show you that, no, we're fine. The Comets are fine.
Yeah, everything is fine. Everything is fine.
Everything is fine.
The one thing you can exploit is definitely that sky-high defense. The Spectre are just a little bit slow to get up there, and the Comets exploited that. But you're absolutely right, Fallen. Remember the days of OMB and Matty Ice? I mean, the Comets were another level, and they were have to prove how strong they are in the playoffs. But that's not mean that Darth Vader and MCAS are no slouch. I mean, in a couple weeks, we're going to have another draft for an MLE, and these guys are saying they're good, but maybe $100 Patron is even better. We're level. Look at this strike across the wall like Spider-Man, bringing it down the right flank over the head of MCAS. It's in.
Absolutely crucial goal for the Comets. They're bringing this series right back into their control. Can they find that Game 5 win that they so desperately need to secure a possible playoff position? They will move to 29 and 31, if I'm remembering correctly. If they are to... No, wait, Hold up. Give it a minute.
Like
the math is working. Give it a minute. 31 and 34. There you go. They will move to 31 and 34 if they are to come away with a win here, but if they can't come away with a win, they will move to, never mind, it's gone again. 32, 37, 30,
Not
38,
a problem.
37?
Not a problem either way. Yeah.
I've given up with stats. We're just going to go back to gameplay. $100 Patron now on the defense. Clears it over the top of MCAS. That one's in a dangerous position for the Spectre. Can they rotate back in time? $100 Patron gets the boost steal. Doesn't get the touch he wants and can't find the second. But it's teed up Springer for a shot. That one's off the crossbar and out though. And the Comets aren't able to punish the defensive lapse there.
Yeah, that shot there could have been the one that made you go, I'm sorry. It was Shank right in front of him. That was easy peasy. But we're still level here with a little bit less than 2 minutes to go. I do think there's one more in the Comets because they've been able to use the space and do their counterattacks a little bit faster than most games for them this series.
Yeah, really, they've looked a lot stronger in games 4 and 5 than they have done anywhere else so far this series. But again, the Spectre have been with them the entire way, and if the Spectre can just start finding those goals so we know that they're capable of scoring, then maybe this one is still theirs for the taking. They will go 4-1 if they take this one, but still so much relying on both teams having both sets of players playing at their pinnacle right now. We need to see everyone playing at their best. Mistakes have to be a complete anomaly. They cannot exist in game number 5, especially when it's 2-all and everything is still to play for. That one's cleared down the field. Can $100 Patron turn it on target? He can. Right in the middle. 3-2 for the Comets.
Yeah, there was one deflection, and there was a perfect first touch by $100 Patron off the right. You know what? Sometimes you want to make sure the goal is secured. $100 Patron didn't get too fancy. They didn't try to dribble extra. It was one shot, and it worked out for them. The Comets are up with 60 seconds to go.
Yeah, and right now, the Comets, they've looked like the team that we expected them to be in game numbers 4 and 5, and now looking to try and push on, make sure they get this game win in game 5. They need to shore up that defense, so they can't allow the Comets, or they can't allow the Spectre to get on offense. That one almost found the back of the net as $100 unable to read it correctly. MCAS was completely out of it. That one's unfortunate, almost on target. That would have been the most unfortunate goal to concede, but Springer now all by himself on offense almost gets it in himself. Back and forth gameplay here in game number 5. This is exactly what we want to see out of a series and not a 15-goal game.
I mean, speak for yourself. I was enjoying that one. But the Spooky Boys here have one final chance to make a goal happen for them, making sure it's even. I'm not sure it's going to happen for them, but I like the fact it was a valiant effort, but maybe it might be. It is! It's a tie game, Fallen! Tie game!
Darthara sends it home. The control, the finesse, slows up, trips up $100 so he's out of position so he can't get back across, whether intentional or not. He's tied the game up. 6 seconds to go. It's 3-all. We've got to kick off here.
You can't kill a ghost. You can't kill him.
You can't kill a ghost. You just make them non-existent. Right now, they can't put them to bed. The dead men have risen. They are flying about the field in their cars. And now they're maybe looking to get a goal before overtime. Springer keeps it up. $100 tries to tee it to the wall, but it will fall to the ground. Game 5 overtime. We start as we finish. Overtime to finish this off. Are the Spectre going to be able to do the job that they couldn't finish, well, they did finish off in game 1, or are the Comets going to do the unthinkable, pull themselves back from the jaws of defeat again and win here in game number 5 to take the series 2-3 for the Spectre?
That's right, golden goal rules. First goal wins the game. A lot's been said. Whoever the Spectre wins, they came and they proved and they showed they're a stronger team. And guess what? Exactly, that's what happened. MCAS 86 was there for Darth Otter. Turn out the lights, Utopia Coliseum. The Spectre have played spoiler. Mission accomplished. The Spooky Boys supporters are going nuts right now. They win game 5.
The Pogs in chat, the Spooky Boys in chat. The Spectre take the series 4-1. A series that they didn't need. A series that many people would have said would probably been better going to the Comets. But in the case of the playoff hunt, this game is the most crucial one that we have ever seen. The Comets now, they have to sit and wait for the results to come in for the rest of the series in their division. They have to wait until next week to try and secure their playoff spot. They're still in the driver's seat. Despite going 1-4, going to a 30-35 record, they are still in the driver's seat in their division. They just need to find a way to put this to bed next week. What a way to tee up the final week of MLE.
If I could be serious for a moment, there's a lot of things about Rocket League we love so much. The competition, the decals, the drops, all that good things. Oh, yeah. But the one thing you can't quantify is absolute heart. The Comets on any other metric would have walked all over the Spectre and had lunch afterwards. They would have been breaking a sweat. But the Spectre clawed their way with a series win in such a dominating fashion, you couldn't tell which team was stronger on the field today.
And now we look ahead to the rest of the series here tonight on MLE Esports GG2. We have the Spartans versus the Jets. Not once, but twice. Firstly, the Academy League, and the secondly, the Foundation League. But before we get to any of that wonderful gameplay, we are going to take a quick intermission. And before even all of that, we do have Play of the Week for week number 8. A wonderful thing. I can see you absolutely enjoying yourself with that, Hunter. Play of the Week is wonderful. Winners get a free case of balls, Corona. And I know that everybody here wants to see who was the team that came away with that case, or the player who came away with that case. So we're going to hand it over to this intermission. When you come back, you will be seeing some more Academy League action. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.